Motorhead Garage, the program that each week introduces you to and shows you how to install the latest in exciting and innovative products for your vehicle. Now here's your host, Dave Dobson.
Hey there, Motorheads. This is your show, Motorhead Garage, and we love hearing from you. You can email me, dave@motorheadgarage.tv, and tell us what you like to see. You wanted to see more of this one. This is from our archives. I think you'll enjoy it. We are talking about tires. You know, the tire is the unsung hero of the vehicle. You hear a lot about the engine. The engine gets all the glory, but if you don't have good tires, you're not getting good traction, and you're not making the corners at all, and you're not going to be able to stop. And so when you're talking tires, Tire Service International is a huge name in the industry. Brian, you guys service tire centers all over the world. Tell me what you do for all those folks.
The Tire Service International, we're actually known as the Cheetah guys. So we're known for our flagship product, which is the Cheetah CH5. But we also do a bunch of other equipment for any tire service, disposal, recycling. We do it all.
So the pros know the name Tire Service International.
That they do, sir.
Awesome. Well, so we talked about the Cheetah here. This is a bead seater.
It is.
And it's been around for 30 years, so you're looking at the industry standard right here. So tell me how it works.
Basically what it is, it's a 5-gallon tank, this one. It has an air inlet valve, goes up about 90 PSI. Once you fill up to that 90 PSI, you've got your butterfly release valve, where you just pull that forward and shoot some air in your tire.
What size tire can that do?
We actually have tanks that will do any size tire. Anything from ATV tires all the way up to farm equipment tires.
So you're all set for my monster truck?
All set for it.
So they say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But you guys actually found a way to improve on the Cheetah, and that is where we wind up here with the Viper. So tell me about the Viper and how it works.
So the Viper, it's a little bit of a different bead seater. We actually designed it to be a little easier to handle, and also comes with a push-button discharge. The front of the tank, it's got a jet barrel, which actually allows a greater air volume to come out at a faster rate of speed.
All right, and then I know with the Cheetah, you've got to place the nozzle there on the rim.
That you do.
And you don't have to do that with a Viper.
You don't. No, all you got to do is put it up against the tire.
All right.
And give it a shot, see what you think.
All right, so easy, even I can do it here. Let's give it a shot. And we'll give it a quick shot here. Let's place it right here on the edge, and here we go, folks. That packs a wallop. That is cool.
That is cool.
That's just as simple as that.
Simple as that, yeah.
Yeah, and there's a lot of bad ways to seat a bead.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so this is about safety as well.
There's a lot of different ways to do it. We recommend sticking with the basics.
Now, for the folks that have the Cheetah and they want to upgrade their bead seater, you've got a new option for them.
We do, yeah. It's called the Jetpack. It attaches right to any bead seater and actually turns your manual valve bead seater into the push-button discharge.
And that's for folks that have any brand of bead seater.
Any brand of bead seater.
Tire Service International is really the only name in the game when it comes to tire truers. So for the uninitiated, Craig, tell us exactly what this device does.
Well, essentially what a truer is designed to do is to remove high spots in a tire if you've got a tire that's slightly out of round. That'll give it a better roll down the road. It'll balance better. But in addition to that, you can use this as a shaver to lathe the tire.
So if you get cupping or something like that?
Cupping, or in the case of an all-wheel drive vehicle, you can shave down one tire to match the diameter of the existing 3 tires that haven't blown out.
So this comes in handy for folks with professional tire shops, but also this is kind of a trick device for folks that are racing.
Exactly. And in fact, the 1200R, the R stands for racing, but what you're going to do with a racing tire is remove enough meat from the tire to give it a better traction on the track. And in addition to removing rubber, this machine is designed to allow you to put camber in it, so you can get even a better grip.
I always knew camber to be something you put in with suspension, but not the case.
It's both.
All right, we'll see how it works here. You've got it, it's mounted here on the machine. You've got it all centered and everything ready to go.
You just basically mount the tire up pretty much centered on the machine, turn on your drive motor and engage it. That gets the tire rolling at the appropriate speed. You want to be able to see what you're doing.
It's important.
And then you start the blade and dial the blade into the tire. So you start to see a little bit of the rubber coming off.
And how much of this is eyeballing it and how much of it is a science?
There's a great deal of finesse involved in using one of these machines, and people that have used them for years are in high demand.
When you're talking camber, how many degrees can you add by
up
using
to 5.
Really?
Up to 5, yeah.
Pretty impressive. And you're working from the center outward.
Working from the center out to the sidewall, and then coming back to the center and working the other direction.
Typically, how much can you take off with the blade?
Usually about a 64th of an inch is all you want to take off at a time. It depends on how much of the high spot you've got, but most of the time about that.
Well, if you're a racer or you own a professional tire shop, you're going to want to check out Tire Service International. You can find them at buytsi.com for these products and a whole lot more. We'll be right back with more Motorhead Garage, so do not go anywhere. Motorhead Garage is brought to you by AMSOIL, the first in synthetics. PaintedAutoBodyParts.com, the leading U.S. auto body parts online store. And by Custom Auto Sound, audio for the great classics, customs, and street rods.
You are looking at a mass airflow sensor. Now what does it do? It measures the air coming into the vehicle. It's located between the air cleaner and the throttle body. And what if I told you this mass airflow sensor is more accurate than your local weatherman? Welcome to this AMSOIL Tech Tip. We're talking about the mass airflow sensor. How does it work? Well, I can give you kind of a crude analogy. A lot of them are hot wires or elements inside of here. So if I was to blow through here, just say I'm going down the road, and Len says I have a lot of hot air, so this would be hot air coming through here. Now, if I took a drink and I had some ice cubes in my mouth, I had some nice cold air, and I even spit a little bit, as I blew through there, that would be cold, moist air. It knows the difference. It knows the climate, it knows the barometer, it knows the temperature. This mass airflow sensor is massively smart part of your computer system. I got an idea. Let me show you what the computer sees when the mass airflow sensor is in action. What happened is we actually got it right here. This is grams per second, and I just start the car right here, boom, there it goes. Now it's taking 7 grams of air in as we're going along. That's fine, it's at an idle. There's not a lot of air going into the system. But what if I reach down and I open up the throttle, crack that throttle wide open? It's in response to the throttle, there it goes, 60, 65, 70, 74 grams per second rushing into that engine. That mass airflow sensor, he knows exactly what's coming in. Len, you know, I live in Florida, you live in Minnesota, different climates, different altitudes. This mass airflow sensor, it's smart. Oil has to be too, doesn't it?
It does. And one thing is for sure, when you're talking about different climates, different temperatures, synthetic oils automatically win because they just do everything better. They move better at cold temperatures, which provides instantaneous protection. They protect better when the temperatures are ultra high. So you've got the best of both worlds literally with a synthetic, and you can make that even better by using high quality synthetic base oils, which we do at AMSOIL. So you get the best of both worlds all the time.
There you go. You know, this mass airflow sensor, it has to adjust and compensate no matter where you go in the United States or anywhere around the world. And so does the oil. So make sure you're using the best. And you can find that at amsoil.com.
My name is Butch Atkins, and this is my 1965 Ford Galaxy 500 XL. Well, my mother bought it originally new in 1965, and she drove it up until she got tired of it, and I went and bought her a Thunderbird, and I took this car home with me, and it sat in the garage for 23 years, and I decided to get it back out and get it up and running. It's been about a month ago when we drug it out and started working on it. So far, I've had to replace the water pump, the master cylinder, the gas tank, gas lines, brake lines, wheel cylinders, all that stuff that is set for forever. Everything's original except the paint. It's been painted one time. It's a 352, and it's automatic transmission. It belonged to Mom, and I had a guy try to buy it once before, and I told him there wasn't enough money in the world to buy this car. Well, I can still see her little gray hair in it driving it around. She drove it to work and back every day. You know, it's got a lot of fond memories, and I drove it in high school even.
How does it make you feel when you're driving this down? You finally got it out. What kind of emotions went through you?
I about cried. You know, I felt like Mom was right there with me again. Well, there's an ashtray that she had that she used all of her time sitting on the console, and I left it sitting right there. And there's a couple of Winston matchbooks in the glove box that were hers. Mom would be real proud, because I am.
Welcome back to Motorhead Garage, coming to you from the Mouse Blocker studio. You know, when a mouse gets into your car, it starts chewing everything. Insulation, plastic parts, hoses, and maybe worst of all, the wiring. And it can cost you hundreds or even thousands of dollars and a whole lot of heartache if you don't catch the problem. Chewed wires can make electrical components short out and malfunction. That can lead to breakdowns. It might make the car difficult to drive. It could affect the transmission or your power steering or something like that. And worst of all, two chewed wires could make contact, and that can cause a fire in your engine compartment. So prevent the problem before it starts. A mouse blocker device is simple and affordable. Insurance against damage from mice. Just go to mouseblocker.com. Here at Motorhead Garage, we love hearing from you, and you can send me a note at dave@motorheadgarage.tv. And this is a piece coming up that folks have asked a lot about. They wanted to see it again, so here we go. If you've ever done a brake job yourself, okay, you can do most of it yourself, but when it comes to bleeding, you need to throw a buddy in the car and they've got to help you out. If you're home alone, or if you're in a hurry, or you're understaffed at your shop, it's not going to work that way, but here's an invention that's going to change your life. This is called the Fender Lizard. Ryan, what inspired this for you?
Well, what inspired is being a mechanic for 25 years and trying to find that guy to help you bleed the brakes. And the stuff that's out there doesn't really work as well as somebody actually pushing the brake pedal.
And it's expensive to put one of your mechanics up in there just to sit around and wait for you to move around the car and press on the brake pedal. Time is money. And it's dangerous because you've got the car up on a lift most likely.
Yep.
So you've got a solution here. Tell me about the Fender Lizard.
Well, it's a pneumatic cylinder pretty much that goes in between the brake pedal and the steering wheel. It's actuated with a remote, and you just hook it to shop air, you hook it to 12 volts, off you go to each corner.
Simple as that.
When you push it once, it pushes the pedal, holds it, and then as you crack the bleeder, it'll keep pushing, and then you push it again, it releases.
This is not one of those things you see at the as seen on TV store. This is the real deal.
Yeah.
How is this made and where is it made?
We make it, our company, Grave Steel Company. It's all in-house, American made.
What kind of warranty do we have on this?
It has a 1-year warranty, and we offer support, repair support if anything happens.
I know that at the last SEMA show, you guys were just overrun with people coming to look at this.
Yeah.
What has the reaction been like when somebody uses this for the first time?
Oh, they love it. I mean, some people come to our booth and their mouths are gaping open, just going, where's this thing been? My whole life as a mechanic, and a lot of them are retired now, going, dang it, I wish I had that, 25 years ago. But it's out now and people are loving it.
And life-changing for a lot of these people,
Yeah.
money-saving for a lot of the pros as well.
Yeah, and last year at SEMA, this guy came to our booth. He bought one 2 years ago, and we're talking to some people, and he's just like, you gotta buy this. I have one, and it's the greatest thing ever. It saves so much money, and a lot of time, a lot of effort, and it's simple function. It doesn't make a mess, like some of these pressure bleeders and vacuum bleeders do. Like with a vacuum bleeder, when you hook it up to the bleed screw, you can never not see bubbles coming through, so you never know where you're at. And then like pressure bleeders, you have to have all the adapters and all that stuff for all the different mass cylinders. You got the potential of making it a mess, getting it on the paint, paying for a paint job. With this, you actually see the stream of fluid coming out. See the last pop of air come out, you know you're good.
Well, thanks, Ryan. Using the Fender Lizard is super simple, and installing it couldn't be easier. What's that process like, Adam?
It's very simple. It's a Velcro strap to the brake pedal. It goes up to the steering wheel. We have a 6-inch adjustment on the top of the plastic unit. It allows for all makes and models. Plug it into the cigarette lighter, 12-volt power source. You can use a jumper box if the vehicle's cigarette lighter's not working, or it doesn't have one. Some of the newer vehicles aren't. After that, you have your key fob remote control right here. That's it. You go down. Obviously, we had this pre-staged. We'd start at the furthest part of the vehicle for bleeding brakes, but it's very simple. We have a bleeder hose on it. We're going to hit the button once. The unit's going to push, and it's going to deadhead on the hydraulic system, and then we are going to open the system. Now that unit is going to keep pushing all the way down to the end of the master stroke. It's got a 6-inch stroke, so it's going to deadhead, and then as you open the system, it's going to keep going all the way down. So
no additional push of the button?
No additional pushes of the button. It's going to stay there, and it's going to be in that position until you're ready.
How cool.
So it's just like somebody sitting in the vehicle with you. There's no yelling at it. There's no having them get distracted, so their foot slipping off of it, they get tired. Once you're ready, easy. Close your system up, hit the button. It's got a spring-operated return as well as your vehicle has a spring assist. So it's going to go back up all the way up to that original beginning stroke. And that way your master cylinder fills with fluid and you're ready to go again. Simple as this. Push the button, open the system, fluid's out.
Perfect.
Close it, hit the button.
If you're a mechanic, it can save you time, it can save you money. What used to be a 2-person job is now easily a 1-person job thanks to the Fender Lizard. You can find it at fenderlizard.com. We'll be right back with more Motorhead Garage, so do not go anywhere. Motorhead Garage is brought to you by Dry, where your garage stays cozy and dry. Scorpion Protective Coatings, protect what's yours. And by Baxter Performance, Oil Systems Solutions. Terre Haute's Allison Pros is our PaintedAutoParts.com Motorhead of the Week. Racing is in Allison's blood, to put it mildly. Her grandfather, Gray, is an engine builder. Her dad, Bob, has been racing since he was just a teenager, and brother Nathan is a racer as well. And Allison has been racing since she was just 10 years old. They all seem to collect race cars in that family, and each person in the family races in 2 different classes. Bob's first car was a '69 Camaro that Allison races today, and Allison got her first national event win last year in Super Comp. Now, her dragster was recently repainted at Honey Creek Collision. That's the family business. Believe it or not, that is the first car she's ever pinstriped. Allison Pros, she's part of the Pros Racing family. She is the PaintedAutoParts.com Motorhead of the Week. Thank you for tuning in to Motorhead Garage, and thanks to those of you who wrote in who wanted to see this one again. Welcome to another edition of Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. Now, if you work under vehicles or around vehicles, you've no doubt seen one of these, and boy, it's garbage. It's top heavy. If you roll over something with these little casters, you're going right over. Trust me, I have done it. So get rid of that thing. And I know that you found a similar situation in your shop, Dane. What made you decide to build a better chair?
Absolutely. So we grew up in the garage industry, and our father actually had a lot of issues with the cheap chairs that you just mentioned. And he designed his own American-made chair, and my brother and I saw it. We're like, this is really cool. I think a lot of other people had this problem, and we redesigned it, built the website, and here we are.
We'll talk about the construction in a minute, but let's talk about the chairs in particular now. The ones we're sitting on, which model is this?
This is the Robust Steel Max, and the Robust Steel Max is our most popular and most common chair out of all of our styles, adjustable from 15 inches up to 24.
Now, I noticed you don't have the hydraulics like the cheap chairs do.
We don't. Hydraulics give out too quick, so we utilize an Acme threaded rod. It's all mechanical, so it doesn't fail, and increases the weight durability as well.
I know a lot of folks have come to you and said, well, without the hydraulics, I can't adjust my chair that easily. It's kind of a pain.
Right.
What I found out is that you just adjust it for the day for yourself, and then you're done.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Then you find out the hydraulics wear out pretty quickly.
They give out very quickly, and that's why we utilize a mechanical design, and we actually have a quicker height adjustment coming out very soon, so that'll be on our website.
Excellent. And let's talk about the rest of it here. Now, how's the seat made?
The seat is made out of industrial 4-inch foam. Super comfortable. Also utilize a backrest for lower posture, so it's great on the lower back.
And that's an optional feature, right?
Correct, yep.
Yeah, get the backrest, it's awesome. And this has a wider stance. That's really noticeable compared to the other one.
So it utilizes a 23-inch base, so it's wide enough to increase stability so you don't tip over like you mentioned before, but also small enough so it's maneuverable around your shop.
4 casters over there in the old one.
Correct.
And we've got 5 here.
Absolutely, and these casters roll like butter too. I mean, they glide over any shop surface. 4-inch industrial grade casters, and they are just beautiful.
Excellent. Yeah, it's a dream to sit in. I can imagine if you're working all day in an environment like this, this is exactly what you need. Let's talk about the one you have over there. It's a little taller.
Yep, so this is our elevated steel model. It's got the same features as that, just obviously higher. This is great for higher workbenches. We have a lot of welders and fabricators that use it. We also have a lot of people buy it for their home kitchen. So home kitchen, man cave, you name it.
Good for workbenches and countertop.
Exactly. And it also comes with stationary feet if you'd like. So if you do want to use it for a bar stool or whatever you think of, this is your chair for it.
And they're all great looking too, by the way. Here's one that's a little bit different. This is a fixed height. Tell me about this one.
Yep, correct. So this is our Robust Steel Pro. This is our universal chair, great for any situation and great for any garage. Comes with a tool tray also, which is great for storing all your tools, obviously.
And you recently picked up a really big customer for these.
Yep, a lot of large corporations actually buy them for their employees, and they actually get a custom logo of their own company on the top seat.
And the tool holders on each side?
Correct. This is our newly released Sidekick. It's great for detailing, for welding, storing your bolts, your favorite beverage, whatever you need, and that's attachable to any model.
Excellent. Well, the fixed height one is great, and trust me, it's a fancy automobile manufacturer that ordered those. Now let's talk about the construction and how these are actually made. All right, Dylan, let's start from the ground up here with the casters. Now, these things are head and shoulders above anything else I've seen in the market.
Absolutely, Dave. So these casters, this is the best feature of the chair. So these are 4-inch industrial casters. We offer them in blue, red, and black like you've seen on our other chairs.
Let's talk about then the hub in the middle there.
Yep, so the hub is the heart of the entire chair. This holds everything together. This is also CNC machined out of a solid chunk of billet aluminum along with the nut.
And we know your foundation is important, hence the casters, but where you're sitting is just as important. Let's talk about the seats there.
Yes, sir. So here are our different seat options. We offer brown and gray, and our most popular color, black. This is our 4-inch foam, double stitched together, along with the backrest option. So this provides your lower lumbar support, blue, red, and our wrinkle black, and everything is held together with grade 5 and grade 8 yellow zinc hardware.
Made in America with really high quality parts.
Absolutely, we take pride in that.
And what about customization?
Yes, so we also offer the ability to put your custom embroidery if you want a logo on here, and we also offer the ability to do different color powder coat options.
Thanks a lot, Dylan. If you go to their website, you can check out their entire line of chairs. You can also check out the Viper fan. It's variable speed, and it moves a ton of air, and thankfully, they're leaving it with us. You can catch previous episodes of Motorhead Garage anywhere you stream TV, and of course, we'll have a brand new episode for you in 7 days. Until then, so long, drive safely.